Joy Ani, scrapping in my own private Idaho, and today is day 3 of Christy's Beautiful Life, and I am working on a sports page. I love it when I can find a sketch that works well for sports because, as you can see, my daughter is no longer in elementary school, and I'm still working on sports pages. So this beautiful sketch is by the lovely and talented Lisa Cueno from My Scrap Table. She does beautiful sketches. I always really enjoy doing hers. I did have to leave off a little bit because I have bigger pictures than what was recommended. So let's go ahead and get started on that, and I'll tell you where I started, what I use, and this paper is a Stampin' Up! Paper, and it is available at the time of the of the filming of this, and I will leave a link if you are interested in this paper. I also made this really fun layout, not layout, title, and I will leave a link, and you can click on that link and cut it out if you like. For this font, it is my favorite, which is Extreme. Extreme. I will I will get the exact title, and this one is Bloomfield Connected, and BFC Bloomfield Connected, and I love the combination of these two fonts together. I found that from copying other people's work. So let's go ahead and get started. So I started off with a black 12 by 12 paper, which I gutted. You can see that I've gutted my paper, and I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. Of course, I saved the middle, and I'll use that for mats, and I think I used it for a few, maybe some, I used it for a few things on this layout. I'm not for sure. So let's go ahead and remove this. Oh, I used the black for the soccer ball. And I'll talk a little bit about the title once I get to it. It was an easy one to do. Basically, it is just a font and a soccer ball, and then I overlapped it. So you can see that Lisa included little stitch marks around hers, and how you do that is, I'm just going to show you, if you want to add a stitch line. I'm going to go ahead and put this down because I've already started it. I have trimmed, my white paper is 11.5 by 11.5, which gives me a white layer all the way around. You don't see it so much because it's on this black mat, but and if I include a layer, I like a little bit of my layers to show. So I'm just going to set this down, and sometimes I get in trouble just setting it down like this, but a lot of times I will move it over and have it butt up here. But these are, I have several years of soccer pictures with only the team picture and one individual picture, maybe a couple, because that was in the good old days when you were poor and filming really cost you a lot of money. So what I'm doing with, I'm just using a black marker pen, and I'm just making, it's their faux stitching line, and it just adds a little bit. If I'm doing a plain white cardstock, the faux stitching just adds a little bit. I am not fussy at all. It's just to add a little bit of dimension. I'm going to turn on this light and see, does that help at all? Let me turn on one more light and see if I can get a little bit of, does that, ooh, I don't know if that helps or not. I don't think it helps me that much because I can't see my own. Well, okay. We'll see it with filming whether that's right or not. So what I have in this, the last couple times I have really lucked out because the sketches, I've had paper that has matched perfectly for what I want to do. I'm going to turn that one off. I just don't think it is. So this one, she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drilling tags. And so this paper, it is called Perfect Match. I have used it. This is my 4-page out of this paper pack. It is a fun one, and it has the tags already on it. I'm going to make a terrible mess over on this side that you can't see. If you hear things dropping, that's me. So this has been a really fun match. And that's one of the pages, and the tags come already for it. And I think I used all the tags and I cut them all out so you can't really see that they were once on the piece of paper, but it is Perfect Match, and this is 2 of the other papers that go with it. And so I didn't have to work very hard to come up with the tags because they were already pre-cut like that. And I'm trying to think. I think I've used all of it. So basically, this is a pack that has greens and blacks and whites. And I'll show you what I did with one of the greens, because I wasn't a big fan of having that many greens, so I did change the top of it. I changed, I believe it was this one. I changed this one to a granny green because I just, it had this color green on it, and I thought, oh, that's just too many greens. So I'm going to go ahead and line these up, and you can see I did not leave a naked tag. We just cannot have any of those naked tags. I used my, so Costco back in the day, they had this lovely little crocodile. How many of you still have these crocodiles? So Costco actually at one point sold scrapbook paper, and they sold this crocodile, and I got it, and I am still using the eyelets. They're a little bit bigger, and I just use regular ribbon. So I have white ribbon, and then I just have some thread, and I'm just tying it. I did have some green, but I had so many greens already. So the greens that I did kind of focus on for my title, of course, that's the lovely thing about having working with a company like Stampin' Up! Is then the colors match. So I have, this is the granny green, and this is garden green. So I have the cardstock all matches. So I did the eyelets, and how you do the eyelets is you just kind of set it under here, and they even have the spots on the tags, and I just put it like that, and I put the eyelet in and closed it, and came up with these fun little tags. So if you look at Lisa's sketch, see how she has them lined up here. She has flowers here. So I would say the number one thing about sketches that are you're going to probably have to adjust for is the size of your photos. So that is a change that I do the most. And I'm going to lay everything down before I glue. So even though I've done this more than once, it's not a dry run by any means. I need to put my ribbon. I had the ribbon I was going to set out and show you, and then of course I lost it, so I'll do that off camera. So I set these, and they're 4, and they, she has, her tags are 3 by 4 1/4. Mine are quite a bit shorter. I thought about backing them on a plain color, but I decided I wouldn't do that because my pictures are so long, they cover up and I really didn't need to do that. I'm going to plug in because of I just got the warning bell that my computer is going to die. Okay, so she has 2 3 by 3 pictures. So on the soccer pictures, and I have several years, I think she was in soccer. I did another video on another soccer and used a title on that one as well, so you could go back to that one. Maybe I'll link that. I'll try to link the St. Patrick's Day layout I did with this paper, and also the other soccer paper. So she has it setting right here like this. But I had this large picture of her entire team, and I also have this individual picture of her. So she has, if you look at her sketch, she has a 3x3, and this picture is a 5.5 by 7.5. So it's going to take up quite a bit more room, so I won't have journaling space right here. A thing that you could do is if you had like awards or something, a participation, whatever, you could put foam on the back of this and then use it as a pocket. And I thought about doing that, and I might. I'm still kind of thinking about it. Do I want that a pocket? That way I could put the names of of other people. I'm not for sure, but I do have several of these. So I'm going to put this one at an angle, even though she has it down here like this, but that's not my picture. So anytime, don't when you're looking at sketches, don't look past a sketch because it doesn't have your size of pictures. Just kind of move it around a little bit, and for sure you're going to find something. So I made the title big because there's a lot of empty space here, and I could have used, there's some really cute soccer printed paper that I could have used, but I felt like it was a little bit too busy. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm just going to go ahead and use it like this. So my pictures aren't exactly like theirs. I don't want to cover up the soccer ball, and I don't want to cover up her feet. So I'm going to have this like this. But, and I could, there's a cute little goal post that I thought sliding under, but once again I thought I'm just going to kind of leave it like that. So I am ready to go ahead and put all of my tags down. So even though, so you can still see that I stayed fairly close to the sketch, and I'm really thankful for the sketch because it gave me an idea I wouldn't have necessarily came up with using my tags in this fun and unique way. So basically she's used these tags as a photo mat, and that is great fun. So here we go, and here we go. You can see on the back. So if you didn't have you didn't want to use the green, if you wanted to use it for football, you could definitely use the back. So this, I have a lot of football pictures of my nephew that I might eventually use. So this one, I'm going to go ahead and set it up, and I'm going to pop dot this one a little bit, and I want the white to show. I mean, if I'm going to go through the expense of having the white paper under it, I want to see that layer. So so for Christy's Beautiful Life, which is a 30-day challenge, any titles that I use on the Cricut, I will share that Cricut design space. And so when you go to the comments below, it will have a Cricut design space, and it should be blue highlighted, and you should be able to click on that and it will take you exactly to where you want. And remember, if you don't want your title to be as large as mine, resizing is really one of the easiest things that you can do. This particular title, it is not all one piece. It actually, so I layered it up, but it doesn't change it how you cut it at all. It just, if you go to resize it, it's going to move around a little bit on you. So actually I'm going to move these down a little bit because I'm going to tuck. Also, I could, if I found some, I feel like I have some kind of memorabilia hanging around my house with the sports things. I know once I get to her high school, there's like newspaper articles. She went to school in a small town and that sort of thing. So I can slip those things in with your layouts. Okay, so I'm going to put this right here like that. I would like to say thank you to Lisa for this beautiful layout. And so this is going to go here. I don't, I'm going to scoot it over a little bit that way. And I'm going to kind of have it come down that way so it looks a little bit natural. And even though I didn't get um, exactly follow her sketch because my pictures were larger, it gives, I think they call that, you can definitely see the nod towards the sketch. And I know there are a lot of you out there that probably have these identical size of pictures, especially if you're from Independence or Monmouth, Oregon. I think they were all that way. Okay, so this is my layout, and it is a fun one. Of course, you could adjust it to any sport that you like for this layout, and I will put that one up there. So that is all I have for you today. I finished this in less than 16 minutes, and I'm very proud of myself. I hope you'll stay tuned for tomorrow. Have a great day, and be sure to check out everyone that is playing along with these fun and beautiful sketches. Talk to you later. Thank you. Bye.